All right, so in this video, I'm going to go over the basics of Numpy. This is their webpage where you can find all the documentations and how to install. It's a simple installation on a Mac. It's just sudo install Numpy, basically a pip install Numpy, just like that, right? But anyway, we're going to just go over some of the main key features, main functions. But really just scratching the surface, but enough to get up and running and do some interesting things. But if you want to learn more, I recommend you come to this website. So anyway, here I am in Visual Studio, and yeah, I have my import line. This is typical line where you import NumPy as NP, and then you can use that NP object to do all kinds of things. One of the first things I'll show you is it's a very popular way to create a NumPy array by filling it with zeros when you don't know what's going to be. You know you're going to have numbers in there, but you don't know what they are yet, and maybe later in your program you will. So this is a very popular way to do that is you give it the shape, which is 3 rows, 4 columns, and you declare the type. You can do int, string, other ones as well. Just you can look at the documentation. And then, yeah, let me just show you though. So if I run this, you see that there is our array, multi-dimensional array that's 3 by 4. Right, so nothing too crazy there. I'm gonna comment out this part and show you a little something else. So this is an example of some single dimension arrays, just 2 of them that I created. You can create it by simply just putting the elements in there inside these brackets, and this could be multi-dimensional by just separating with columns and commas, and then having your square brackets, and then putting in more elements just like that, right? And so that would be a 2D array that's 2 rows, 3 columns, right? But I'm going to take that out and just do this simple 1 dimension array. Let me get that out. And one thing I want to show you here is that you can add these arrays together, and that actually works for multi-dimensional arrays as well. But just a simple example, we will add array A by array B. You could use this add function, have that commented out, or you can simply do this. And this works for subtraction, multiplication, and division. You see if I run this, that we get, let me move this up so you can see it. Down here you see I have 5, 7, 9, which is the addition of these 2 arrays. So pretty cool feature, pretty simple, but can be powerful when you need to do certain things like that. So I'm going to go ahead and comment that back out. And all right, so let's look. Here is an example of a 2D array that I created, and I'm just going to show a few features of that. Let me take this and I'm going to bring it down to here. I'll show a few things. So yeah, we have a 2D array that is 4 rows and 3 columns. And this, I just want to show you how you can change an element by simply, this is very similar to accessing array in cells in other languages. So 0, row 0 and column 1. So that would be the 2 that we're changing to a 7. So if I print A out, we should see 1, 7, 3. So I'll go ahead and print that out, and you can see that 1, 7, 3 there in the first line. I did a couple other things here. So below this array, you'll notice that I have used this shape array that comes with all the arrays that you create. So you can, by shape 0, you get the number of rows. Shape 1 is the number of columns. So you can use that. Be great for using nested for loops and whatnot. You can see how that can come in handy. I'll uncomment out this last part as well, just to show you the where function that works with NumPy, and this allows you to look in. So you do mp.where and you put an array, and now I'm doing a sub part of this array where I'm doing row 0 to see if 3 exists in there, and it should find it. I'm showing you a couple of different ways you can print it out. But so what the where function creates is a multi-dimensional array that looks like this right here when you print it out. So if you want to get that actual number, the index of where this value appears in this array, you actually have to, it's spot 00 that returns that. And so if you see here on my last print, the index of 3 is 2. It's at index 2. So that's how that works. So real quick, I'm going to show you that if I change this array to put 45 in here, and this is row 1, column 2, right? And so if I go ahead and just look at A instead of what I had before was A0, I'm going to just look at the whole array and see if it can find 45. It should give me 1, 2, but how you do that is you it's 2 different spots in this where what this returns again is it looks like this. It's 2 separate arrays, so like we have 2 rows there, and so you look at the first row, spot 0, to get the row of where this is, and then row 2, which is the 0, 1, is notified by index 1, and again spot 0 is the column, and that's going to give you, if you see here, it printed out 1, 2, which is the location of where 45 is in here. So I just wanted to show you that, how you can actually search the whole array as well. In my next video, we're going to get into using how you can use .csv files and do some really interesting things with that. That's where it really shines, when you have data sets that you're examining. So we'll go over that in the next video. Thanks. I hope you enjoyed this.